y'all. What's up? It's Chiva Tal, and I'm back with some tools for your toolkit. How y'all doing? I'll wait for y'all to tune in. Let me let this play for a little bit. While I wait for y'all to jump on. The notification should have gone out. What's up? Peace, Queen. What's up? Shouts out to my fairy gang, HOC, gang. You see Occult College is in building. Dark Lordism, the fam, the fizam. Alright. Y'all ready? Is y'all ready or no? I love y'all. I'm happy to see y'all chiming in. Y'all can hear me fine. By now, y'all would let me know, like, we can't hear you, mama. Mother. I'm going to just expand my view so I can see all of y'all. All y'all tuning in. All right, so welcome. I'm back, and we have 9 beautiful lessons already lined up, okay? So we're going to start from the beginning. In the beginning, there was this. I want to close this window because I don't want. I'm back in the city. I'm no longer in the temple vibes. Yeah, shouts out to Pharaonic. It's a Black-owned business. His clothing actually is pretty tight, and it's quality. And I've washed this T-shirt like 100 times, and it's still holding tight. You know what I mean? So yeah, shouts out to him. His clothing is dope. We're going to review some things first, right? So make sure you have a notebook dedicated just to this. We're going to go over Bija sounds, okay? Some of you are familiar with Bija sounds, but let's start new, like you don't know what that is, because if you want to find a shift in your practice, you're gonna have to put what you think you know, which is your ego, to the side and crawl in here like babies and say, I'm ready. I poured this cup out. I'm ready to receive, okay? So we're going to start first by acknowledging certain ways to begin a practice that is not religious, but sacred. This is a sacred practice because the sounds I'm going to give you are specific to a healing process. Okay, these sounds are proven in science, but we all know by now, science is catching up to what traditional spiritualists, the seers, our shaman, and all of them been new. Okay, so in the beginning, all right, I like the sounds of that. In the beginning, we're going to start with Om. Om Bija sound. So Bija in itself means seed, okay? And Om is the sound that the universe makes when it first manifests itself into some kind of form, right? So before there is any differentiation between the all-encompassing, unknown, the darkness, right? Om is the first sound to be born of the creator, which represents the creative force, okay? This is an etheric vibration, okay? Creative power. When I say creator, at this time, I want you to acknowledge that from this school of thought, the creator is not human. So we're not going to look at God in the sense of a man or a woman. We're looking at the creator, and whatever name you're comfortable with, because this is not a religious class, right? As a combination of static and dynamic energy. Static and dynamic energy. Static being represented by the masculine force, okay? Dynamic being representative of the feminine force, all right? So those two energies are present as one. According to the Hindu and Tantra practices, the Pada Brahman, which is one. There's no separation. It's one. There's no the God, goddess. It's the creator. Okay? And so the masculine energy or the static principle is the Brahma. Brahman is a static principle. Then the Ati Parashakti is the dynamic principle. All right, so we have static, which is still, dynamic, which is, we talked about that earlier on. All right, there's levels, so I'm going a little deeper for you to amplify your practice, because the power of mantras is not only the vibration, but also the meaning combined with it, then hitting the frequency properly in order for it to have its full impact on your health and your existence, your ability to completely exercise love for yourself. All right. So Om. So we have, I have it spelled Om, right? I'm going to give you Om, Om. So Om is still the same as Om. The AUM that I typed into the chat helps you to understand the three principal forces, okay, that exist in this sound, which represents, again, the creative power of the universe. All right. So A is the Brahma. All right. Brahma is the masculine representation, right, of this sound. And for every static principle, there is a dynamic principle. All right. This is not a linear tradition of learning. This is a complete tradition. So linearity in working with energy is not complete. So I'm going to give you these principles on both sides so that through your practice, you will be bringing yourself into a level of harmony that is one with the universe, the planet that you're living on and that you came from. The purpose of doing all of this work is to bring yourself to the realization that there is no separation between you and the all-encompassing universe. And of course, once that's realized, then all of the abundance that you witness with your own two eyes, right? There's rain, there's sky, there's, right, air, trees, grass everywhere. That same thing also manifests into your wallets, into your love, into your bliss, your joy, your homes, your experience overall then becomes really a representation of that magnitude of abundance. All right. So we have Brahma, the A in Om, that sound ah, represents Brahma, which is the creative Shakti, who is paired with Saraswati. All right. So Brahma and Saraswati represent the static and the dynamic principles of the creative principle in Om. Okay. Then there's the U sound, which is Vishnu. Okay. So Vishnu is the principle that, what's this called? Holds things together, right? It's like the maintenance energy, the principle of you've created something and now it needs to be maintained, right? Um, yeah, I think that's simple enough, right? Vishnu is the principle, the static principle of maintaining what's here, what's manifested. Okay. His counterpart, his dynamic Shakti of maintaining that which has been manifested, is Lakshmi. All right. And finally, we have M. Okay. And actually, it's Shiva, but this is the other name, Rudra. Okay. And that is the destructive aspect of Om. So without thinking about it, we may tend to always want to manifest. However, we don't respect the destructive principle, which is to break down so that new creation can occur. I began posting in our community today that everyone is excited about new moon, new blessings, manifesting, harvesting all of your seeds that you planted earlier on in the year. And if you didn't, at the beginning of the year, respect that destructive force of breaking down what needed to be broken down, removing the dead leaves, getting rid of whatever like mites or bugs that existed in your lives or in your habits, in your environment, whatever it was. Remember, we went through a purification period, right? That's respecting that aspect of Om. So that's the destructive force. Okay. It's the destroyer. You must break things down in order to begin at the creative principle again. All right. So it's a continuous movement of static and dynamic energy. Shiva's counterpart at this level is Parvati. All right. So that is the Shakti that withdraws the world, and the entire universe can be consumed inside of her. All right. And just to give you a visual of what it means that the Shakti can consume the universe, also think about the fact that she can give birth to the universe. So for those of you who follow astrology, you realize and that each of the planets exist inside of your body, right? Not the actual planet that is out there in our solar system, right? But each of those aspects exist inside of our bodies. And the reason why we are even affected by the celestial bodies is because there is a connection, right? And so every time a goddess gives birth to another being, she gives birth to a new universe. You see that? And when you die, you return back to the earth to become part of the universe all over again. The fact that we are made up of the same things as stardust, right? Giving birth is one of the most beautiful, most powerful forces on this planet. And that is why the goddess is so important. Not only are we blessed as women to be born as women, right? But to then be blessed with the ability to give birth to more universes, that is something that needs to be rehearsed and reminded to us on a regular basis, especially as we're going to be going through this work, to understand how powerful we are, or our potential for power. Because at this stage until that's realized and manifested into our actual engagements with ourselves and others. That's a potential level of power. Okay. And for those women who are beyond childbearing, there's another power that you hold for us as a community. So this lesson, of course, is your first lesson back since, I've been away in my incubation period. But I also wanted to give those of you who are maybe on more of a Christian path a visual of what this Om sound represents. The Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva aspects are the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. You think of Brahma, the Father doesn't can see everything, right? Like the Father in your belief system is always seeing everything, all directions can see, right? That's also present in Hinduism, where the Brahma principle can see the 4 directions. Okay. And then Vishnu, your son, would be your Christ principle, maintains things on earth. And so you have this aspect or this principle that deals with us on this planet with things that are here, manifested, maintaining it. Okay. And then the Holy Ghost aspect that's in and out. In and out doesn't really need to be here. Just comes, get things done, and is out. And I did that just for those of you who may need another perspective of understanding the energy that we are delving into to heal ourselves, to understand vibration. All right? All right. So, do you love yourself? This is the only reason why you would want to even get into these Bija mantras. If you love yourself, then you're going to get into these lessons and you're going to practice. You're going to have discipline about your practice and get it done. And open up yourselves to share with us inside of our House of Chi what your experiences are and some real revelations that occur. All right. The question is, do you love yourself? You're going to begin these lessons with that question. You're going to end these lessons with that question. Loving yourself is a consistent practice, and it has to be actually engaged in. It's not something that you say. It is something that you have to practice. And healing, from my perspective, is a combination of increased love and freedom in your lives. So more love, self-love that you can then experience with others and with your planet. You don't love yourself if you throw garbage in the street. Because if you loved yourself, you would want the planet that you live on to be sustained in such a way that you can have clean air, clean water, and everything is in harmony. Okay. Being able to manifest real freedom in your lives, not the belief that you're free, having a pure choice. Pure choice meaning that you are active in clearing your karma, which means that you're getting closer to being able to make new decisions because you're aware of what lessons you've already come to this planet with. If you're not aware of those, then you'll continue to think you're making choices of your free will, but you're being driven to experience lessons that you came here to learn, but you may keep on reliving those lessons and those patterns because you're not even aware of some of the driving forces that you came here with in order to have those experiences. But once you experience them, wouldn't you want to get past them so that you can experience then the new, what you came here to create? Because you're a combination of both your mother and father and the new thing that was created from that joining of their DNA. And let me know if I'm getting too deep for you, but you are all of those things. So that combined with, you may have some planetary impediments, like planets that aren't sitting in the best places for you. If you get that deep with what you are actually made up of, right? And if you don't understand that, then you don't engage in conversations vibrationally to get beyond feeling like you're being beat up by those things. So the Bija sounds are going to help to bring you into vibrational alignment and harmony with the universe. So before I go, I'm going to sound for you properly and where you should be feeling it when you chant it. When you chant because it's an etheric vibration, you should be feeling the vibration like a cloudy mist over the front of your crown, okay? Because you have the one sound so far, you're going to do it 108 times. I would love for you to get a mirror that you're dedicated to doing the self-work so that you can connect and visualize in front of you the shifts that will begin to happen. Bija sounds work at the level of cellular memory. So these sounds are able to remove physical, spiritual, mental, emotional blockages that exist within your physiological body and your subtle energetic body. Okay? All of those. Only through practice are you going to experience that. All right. So the sound Om, and play with it, because the frequency or the pitch that I hit for myself may differ for you, but I gave you the physical presence of the sound so that while you're practicing, you have enough time to go through the sound and shift in your voice to get it to resonate here. All right. So it's Take your time with it. Do it 108 times. You can do it 108 times in one sitting, or you can do it 27 times in 3 sittings for the next day. Okay? Within this next 24 hours, that is your assignment. So use your mala beads, your meditation beads, to count. All right? So that you can just click and focus. If you need to do 27 instead of the 108, you can do, get creative in either counting out the 27 and just going back and forth up and down the mala beads, okay? Until you do that 3 times for the day. If y'all have any questions, good. I see you have some questions. Can we do the mantra silently in our head like we were taught during the Gayatri lessons, or do you want us to do it out loud with the correct tonation? So the correct tonation is a practice in itself, and you absolutely need to say it out loud. If you, so you're going to do the homework out loud when you're going to bed at nighttime. I'm glad you asked that question. Without having to count anything. You can do this sound silently in your head with the intention of the sound going here to the front of your crown. Okay? It's a perfect way to go to bed at night. Perfect way to go to bed at night. Because you will wake up with a much clearer mind than going to bed without it. Okay? Let's see. Oh yeah, I did want to show y'all something for your waking practice. I want you to go, you can use this one, all right, to look at while you're practicing. I'll post this one in the group. I like it to stay as simple as possible, but I want the symbol for Om to be at the center of a circle for you to be looking forward at, all right? And so that's a couple of things. So you have your symbol to look at, which would be the yantra for the sound, right? And you have your notebook that's going to be dedicated to these lessons. Then you have your mala beads. If you don't already have meditation beads, most of you already know that you can order some from Terrain. Let me just put that number. And you want to just dedicate this to your practice. That's for your mala beads, okay? No, the questions are fine. You're training your voice to bring about the changes in your body. So before adding any other additives, I want you to get so good with healing your body with your own sounds that by the time you add in an electronically attuned instrument or music in the background to assist, you got this. This means no matter where you are, with internet, without internet, you have the power through your own practice to heal yourself with your own voice. This is like beyond like priceless information. Okay? This is, you're out and about, you're traveling, you're on a bus, you're on a train, after working diligently on that sound and going to bed with the sounds chanting in your mind, you can be anywhere and heal yourself. I want you to understand, like, that's really important. All right. So inside the group, I'm going to upload the picture of the Om symbol that I want you to use. I'm also going to list a few questions in there to edge you to start really pulling apart. Now, do I love myself? Do I love myself? Okay. So y'all good with that? Everyone understands you're going to do 108 ohms. If I'm making sense and it's clear, let me see some ones in the chat. Let me know you still there and you active. And don't forget to like this video. All right, cool. Cool. So if you came in here late, definitely watch this from the beginning. You want to make sure you get all your notes, because then you'll start to really see, you'll get to really see how these lessons are going to really develop and help you have a better understanding of why you're doing all of this in the first place. All right, y'all. And did I also mention you can have a mirror dedicated to this work? But like any tools that you're using for this work, it's for you. Put it in a sacred space. Don't let anybody touch it. Like, you're charging it up. You're awakening these chakras in your body and removing blockages. Like, you don't want to share your health kit with anyone else. The only people that will be able to touch your things would be your children and your spouse if they own that time. Children, of course, they're pure. Okay? All right. So I will link with y'all tomorrow with your next lesson. Peace, love, and bliss. I missed y'all. And I'll be seeing y'all soon. Yes, you can use your mirror from shadow work. Thanks for that question. Yep, you can use that. All right, y'all. I'm out.